Hey everybody, and welcome to today's stream. You've got me today instead of Russ, because Russ is actually on holiday this week, enjoying himself in sunny Wales by the look of it. So we're going to take it fairly easy on this one, and I think just focus on mostly world building. So we're back in the game that we were creating. Was it last week or was it 2 weeks ago? Called The Machine, which Russ was kind of leading, and I don't particularly know what his plan was with it. So we're going to, as I mentioned, focus on the world building. I am joined today by Ed. Do you want to say hi, Ed?
Oh, hello.
Cool. So Ed is around. He's going to help me with a bit of world building, and is also there in the chat if you want to ask him any questions about what he's working on. Um, so yeah, I think we should just get straight on with it. Now, before we do any building or anything, I guess we should preview this game and try and remind ourselves what we were actually making. And also, I haven't streamed in quite a while, so if there's any issues with audio, do give me a shout either in Discord or in the YouTube chat. Ed, if you just want to speak again, I'll just check your mic level.
Hello, I am
Yep.
here.
Okay.
Yep,
You do
so
appear to be coming through, so I think we're probably all good. But if
excellent.
there are any issues, yeah, hopefully someone can shout out and let us know. All right, so you're in here already with me, aren't you, Ed? So let's press
hmm
F5 and go straight in for a preview. All right. Oh, I seem to have some things in my inventory from last time,
hmm
and I'm dying. Do you know why I'm dying? I don't quite understand.
Just to start, I think do we have to stand in the factory? We have to
Oh, is
stay in the
that it?
safe zone in the factory. Yeah.
Do you come back when you die, or did we leave it on dying every time?
I
Okay.
don't remember, to be
It
honest.
looks
I'm not.
like.
I'm. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, you're dead. I'm not regaining health,
Yeah,
but I
okay.
am safe in the factory. The factory is the safe zone.
Right, I
So
died
I think
pretty
so. When
quickly.
it's cold at night time, you've got to be in the factory and working the machine. And during the day, you can go out and collect materials.
Okay. I think that makes sense. So that's kind of the plan that Russ was going for here. So we've got this safe area in the middle, the factory area, on this kind of safe island, and then we've got the bridges out from it. Oh, and it's night time, so I'm dying, so I've got to get back to the safe zone.
Wow. That
Yep,
oh yeah, that
and I'm safe
day-night
here.
cycle is a little bit fast.
Okay, so I said we'll mostly focus on world building. Sorry, we may do a little bit of game logic just to make sure we can actually survive long enough to go and see the world that we're building. So Ed, are you dead now?
I'm dead.
And you are not coming back from that, are you?
I'm dead in a very undignified pose.
Where did you die?
I died next to one of the bridges by the window in
Oh,
the
there.
factory. Mm.
Okay, I'll come and have a look. Oh, your jacket's up in the air. Okay.
It's
Yep.
frozen.
That does make sense. All right. So there's the game, and essentially what we're going to look at today is kind of decorating the central area a little bit more, but mostly building out the world that players have to go and collect resources from when it turns to nighttime. Or sorry, when it's daytime. That's when you're collecting, isn't it? So
Yeah.
all around the outside here, that's what we're going to build up.
But one of the things that we did last time was, well, we built the world very quite quickly. Today we want to bring a lot more of the mechanical revolution stuff into this world,
hmm
and because we've got, as you know, we've got a ton of really good assets for mechanical revolution. So we're gonna try and throw those in here and make a nice. We don't use the word steampunk. We use mechanical revolution.
We do. That
But,
is the name
but
of
it's,
the season.
mhm. But it's basically cogs and pipes.
Cogs and pipes, Victorian industrial kind of things with a little bit of a kind of a neon glowy
Yeah.
aesthetic to it. I'm not good with art words. Okay, so yeah, so you built these kind of big, tall tower car park structures before, Ed. So you're going to work on making those a little bit more in
Yeah,
fitting
I
with
want to
the
dress
theme.
them up a little bit more. Yeah,
hmm
they're just using the concrete voxel at the moment, and I'd like to mix them up a little bit more, make them look a little bit more overgrown and post-apocalyptic, but also add some, like we just said, pipes and things like that to make them look a bit more industrial.
Yep. And the first thing I'm going to do is be lazy and install a package of buildings from Vault Heist. I think I specifically want the bank building because essentially, looking at this game earlier, Ed and I realized that there's not really any landmarks or anything for players to kind of orient themselves. So
Hmm.
obviously we've got these tall buildings, but they're kind of spread all around the edge of this world. And it doesn't give you a clear point of reference to know where your player is standing in relation to the rest of the world. So what I was going to do is get this big bank building from the Vault Heist Buildings package and drop that in. So that's a really obvious landmark. There's just going to be one of them. Players can kind of work out where they are based on that. I'm then going to sort of tear it down and dress it a bit more in Mechanical Revolution style, hopefully. Or at least, make it look a bit sort of dilapidated, a bit older. So let's move my item spawn pods out of the way. That's one of the areas where the pickups are able to spawn. Let's just check that over there for now. And then I'm not sure if there's going to be quite enough space for the bank. We'll have to see. I'll take that tree out. So the bank, I think, is this here. If I drag that in, there we go. Oh, that's going to take a minute to pop in. I think it's quite a large building with a lot of assets involved in it. Okay, so there's a little area that we need to cut out just to make space for this bank. So I'll just grab my shape tool in remove mode, really useful tool, and cut that out there. And then hopefully me or Ed will come back in later and make sure we kind of refill in this area as needed. Let's just go up to there, I think. Do I need to cut anything out of here? No, that all gets covered by the bank. Okay. Right, I'm just going to hop into basic mode and run over and see what we get in the bank and how it looks. It's a pretty big building. Should give a really good point of reference when you start in the middle. And then I think we can come up. There's these doors which only open in play mode. So what I'm going to do is delete them because we're going to make it dilapidated, so don't necessarily need all the doors. So it's quite sort of modern in this bank at the moment. We need to get rid of that. I think we've got some Z fighting in the floor here, so that's where some of the snow voxels from the rest of the world are coming through. So I just want to make sure we eliminate that. How's that getting in? Let me lift up the bank and have a look. Ooh.
Mhm.
This chunk got left behind.
I am simply just grabbing some of the Mechanical Revolution assets and building them into these car park structures, which is already making them look less like modern day car parks and making them look a little bit fantastical and
Nice. Which one
dramatic.
is it? Oh, right. It's a template, so you're doing it to all of them, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Nice. Okay, so you started to add these little like arch pieces. That's cool.
Yep.
Anything else in them yet that I should look at?
Not yet.
Cool.
Early days.
I'll fly back over in a second. Right. Excuse me. So time to tear this bank down a little bit. We're not going to want the snow. That could be kind of difficult to eliminate, actually. Oh no, we do want the snow, don't we? It's a snowy world.
Yeah, we do want the
We
snow.
do
It's
want the
perfect.
snow. Okay. We don't want so many of the lights, so these can be kind of broken down a bit. I can throw some off at weird angles, potentially. And I know that there's a lot of lighting. If we go to nighttime, there's a lot of lighting around this bank, and particularly inside, that we don't necessarily want. We want to make it feel a bit more gloomy. So I'm maybe just going to cut a few of these lights out completely. In fact, it might be cool to make some of them flicker as well to make this place feel a lot more spooky inside.
Oh yeah.
I think we've got a flicker light package somewhere, haven't we? Flickering light. Oh, that's by Nomaki. That's cool. So hopefully if I select this light here, just add my flicker light script to that. Where is that flickering light? Let's see if he's given us some good default properties on it. If I simulate,
Mm.
there's a little bit of flicker there, but I can't tell. Okay, I maybe want a stronger flicker on that. So the minimum intensity, I'm probably going to go to like 0. And then a lower maximum intensity as well. And all the other parts are probably okay. So let's simulate that. There we go, that's a little bit more spooky, so it can actually flicker off now. I might also hang this one at the ceiling slightly. Whoops. Just want to rotate with that one. Ed, you did quite a cool thing in the Alien Conspiracy Hub, didn't you? Where you had a light hanging out and some cables hanging from it, I think.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, yeah, from the gas station.
Yes. So if
Yeah,
I try
that's
and
pretty fun.
emulate that. Drop some cables down as a child of this.
Glad somebody noticed.
And then attach them here-ish. There we go. So kind of got this light hanging out the ceiling now that's flickering a little bit. And I think you made your spark as well, didn't you, Ed?
Yeah, I had some little sparks on it, and I also made a tiny little voxel mesh of ceiling tiles that was hanging down with it. And yes, I used those cables.
Ooh, you had some ceiling tiles hanging down with it.
I did. Yeah, I was going a bit detail obsessive.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. I just that might be a bit too much detail for right now, but I might try and
Yes,
cut
I
out
agree.
some of the ceiling. I don't know. I'll see. Could do it. So we want an effect on this light. What was it you used? Can you remember? Spark something. Sparks medium, maybe?
I cannot remember for the life of me.
Or
I just
electric
click through
spark
the effects
rain.
until I find one that works, and then I forget all about it.
Okay, electric spark rain seems to be the thing. I want it to probably point that way. There we go, so it's just occasionally chucking out sparks. That's cool, that works. Move that a little bit closer to the cable. Okay. And then, yeah, we want to cut out a little bit of the ceiling here, don't we? So I quite like using the erode tool. Just for kind of little details like this.
You are a big erode tool fan.
Cut out a
It
lot.
works really well on the buildings.
It does. I will be eroding quite a lot of this bank, I think. But yeah, I cut out quite a lot.
But the car park stuff, it worked really, really well.
Hmm. Do I need a bit of ceiling tile? No. I'll just leave it a little bit eroded. But maybe I'll put some back in. I think I've eroded a bit too far here.
Got some Z clipping there that I'm not happy with.
Oh no, where's that?
It's just somewhere. I'll get rid of it.
Okay. I think another thing with this bank is it's got loads and loads of overlapping lights, which isn't ideal when you're trying to keep performance in line. So I'm going to just delete a few of these. In fact, outside lighting, I think that's the problematic area. So if I select all these, yeah, what are these even attached to? I think they're just kind of lighting up the underneath of this this roof line here. But if I select all those, you'll see there's quite a lot of overlapping lights there. So what I'm going to do is remove those. Doesn't give us quite as nice lighting as we had before, but that's probably going to help our performance quite a lot in the long run. Now, one thing I do want to do a bit later on this stream is actually create a script that's going to control whether the lights are on or off based on the day-night cycle. So I'll probably come back to some of the lighting in this building and replace it, or at least add my script to turn them off during the daytime. Alright, now looking at the outside of this building, that's probably what we want to start eroding. I'm going to turn the fog down a little bit. It's quite strong, I would say.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna turn off. I'm gonna override the lighting at the moment so that I can see what I'm doing.
What if I do like 0.2, but then have that come up a bit more? Yeah, maybe that's a little better. Alright, so I'm going to go straight in with eroding away parts of this bank now. It should all be one voxel mesh. So, there we go. cut some holes into it. And if we go and have a look at Ed's building structure, yeah, you can see he's been doing quite similar. Let's make it like 5 o'clock again. So you can see Ed's eroded away parts of this as well to give that nice kind of old broken up effect. I'll just erode parts of this down, and then we'll come in and kind of paint over them with something to make it look a bit more eroded and a bit more sort of actually worn down and less erode tooled. And then in the parts I do as well, I'm going to just skew some of the meshes so that they look like they've been broken a bit as well, particularly these windows. So that can look like it's kind of hanging off. Probably wouldn't want the potted plants in here, that's not a very Victorian thing. So I'm going to go and delete a bunch of the props as well as I go. We can probably come back in later and replace them with some more suitable props.
I like what you're doing there. That's really cool.
What have I done? What did I do?
Just making things slightly skewed.
Oh right, yeah, like the window.
Yeah, works nicely. Yeah.
What I want to do actually is find a voxel that looks. We'll find a few voxels rather that look like they're kind of damaged brick and stuff. This old brick might be good. I wonder what the whole bank looks like in old brick. I think that might be too much. It's kind of cool from the inside, but I think that's probably a little bit too much, to be honest. But that could be good for doing some sections. I wonder if we've got like a more broken looking concrete that I can use as well. Because that would look quite good. Concrete. Yes, concrete damaged.
Concrete.
Yeah, that's it. So what I could do is actually paint that around some of these broken areas. Oops, I've painted in the snow there. Let's put the snow back where it should be. Yeah, so putting this damaged concrete around these holes can look quite effective, I think. Using my paint tool, probably want to be on the circular brush actually. And just painting that around. Quite subtle, but it should give a nice effect. Alright, let's keep going with a little bit of this. Ambient dust is a nice addition to rundown buildings coming down from the ceiling. Oh, that might be a good idea. I'll check that out in a second. I just want to destroy a couple more bits of this building. In fact, if I erode that right away, that can make a more interesting kind of gameplay area where players can enter from another angle as opposed to just using the doors. If I read that correctly, players should be able to jump up it with any luck. Right, let's paint a little bit more damaged concrete around.
Adding some more of these Mechanical Revolutions props to the car park sections, which is making them look a little bit more fantastical.
Oh yeah, what have we got now?
Oh, we've got some chimney pieces that I'm adding to the outsides.
Ah, on that one. Nice. Yeah, so they're looking a bit more like, I guess, an old factory tower now.
Yeah. I don't know what this building would actually accomplish when it's a car park with chimneys, but never
mind. Doesn't matter. Doesn't
matter.
matter. It's all fantastical, isn't it?
Exactly.
Oh, that's quite a good comparison there, actually. So this is normal side of the bank. This is slightly more destroyed side of the bank. So you can see we're making a bit of progress there. Oh, this needs probably some damaged concrete painted on as well around this area. In fact, one thing that might be worth doing is growing some box hedge. Box hedge? No, probably ivy I want. Might be cool to have some ivy growing up. And then I think if we go to that size, 3x3, you can get some quite nice Yeah, that's quite a good size. Ooh, I'm going a bit far with that one. Yeah, so growing up a bit of ivy around this just obviously makes it look that little bit older as well. I can grow a few trails up it. Oh, seems to be disappearing. I have got the right tool, yep. There we go. Grow that up around the window onto the roof. That probably wouldn't cover the snow. And grow that just around those edges a little bit there. Okay, so what was the suggestion in chat? It was ambient dust. Right, I'll have a look at adding some ambient dust inside this building. Ooh, okay. Complicated world tree, there's lots of stuff in here. What I'm going to do is tidy that up a little bit first of all. So let's put my light strips into one place, because otherwise I'm going to have a heart attack trying to navigate this world tree. Oh, it's changing the template. Yes, okay, that's fine. I might need to just break this from the template actually. This whole bank structure. So we don't get that happen again. Oh, where'd it go?
Seems to have
Bricklayer.
accidentally duplicated a template,
You've
which was stupid of me.
duplicated a template. Is it the
Well,
car park template?
no, yeah, I just duplicated some stuff in a silly place that was very silly of me, but it's okay.
Okay.
Sorted now.
There we go. That's a better time to kind of see the lighting effects a bit better. Delete some of these props. Grr, too modern. Okay, so I'm going to create a child of this, which is where I'm just going to put any effects, try and keep them tidy. Whoa. My game went weird there. It's like it deselected the naming thing. Then obviously all the other keys I pressed started opening and closing menus. Right, so there's my effects locator, and then you suggested ambient dust. So let's go for... Seem to be getting a bit of a flickery menu today. Things keep closing, which is a bit odd. Ambient dust. Okay, where have we got that? Let's lift that up so we can actually see it. Okay, I think it's quite a subtle effect. Wonder if it's more
Often
obvious.
very good.
Hmm? Yeah,
subtle effects are often the best.
Those are probably the best, aren't they? So I think Dryco suggested it kind of coming down from the ceiling. Oh, hey Alex / Don Hyena. Good of you to join us. So you said coming down from the ceiling. So does that mean, do you kind of mean rotated downwards? Because that could work quite well, I think. Ooh. Can't quite see where it's pointing now. What I'm going to do is put on relative so I can actually see it change. So yeah, that's now pointing down, isn't it? Is that pointing down? Oh no. I moved it too much. Right, you know what? I'll do it through here instead. 90 degrees, point down. No, that's up. Minus 90, pointing down. There. Okay, so we kind of got that dust moving down now. And then I think I'll copy and paste a few of these around this bank. Yeah, that works quite nicely actually. Paste a few. Do. Maybe one more to kind of fill in that middle gap. One nice thing you can do with effects as well, obviously, you can only see them like in the editor when you've got them selected, so that they don't all get in the way. But you can select multiple by using shift click or control click, and then you should be able to see them all in action. And again, these are quite a subtle effect, so I don't know how well that comes across on stream. But that
Does
looks
simulate
to be
all
working
also
nicely.
show them?
Simulate all may also show them. It's not an option I use a lot, to be honest.
No, because it sets the whole level in motion and everything goes crazy.
Yeah. Did I do this line? I will take that out. I don't know if that was me. Okay, cool. Oh, it's nice that from the inside we can see a little bit of that ivy coming through as well. That works quite well.
Cool.
Turning active or visible on off will reset so you know which way it's going. Oh yeah, that's a good idea as well for the effects.
Cool.
Okay, now I think what I'm going to do is do some broader brush strokes and basically go in and change the textures, the voxel materials that we're using in this bank, because they're not quite looking right at the moment. Have we overridden the skylight? I think we need to... Oh no, if we override the skylight it doesn't work then with the day-night cycle, does it? That's probably why we haven't done it. Let's check quickly. Yeah, no, that'll be why we didn't do that. Okay, I'll leave that unticked. Stop. Right, go back to 5 o'clock. So, let's have a look at what sort of voxels we've got.
Nice.
Hmm.
Sorry, I had settings override turned on, so I wasn't seeing the proper lighting, but
Oh, I
just turned
see.
it back. Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, I've gone for industrial voxels, which hopefully will give us, well, it looks to give us some quite good options. And I'm going to just essentially repaint the bank with these. Make it look a bit older, a bit grimier. Oh, this is nice, the damaged factory floor.
Yeah,
No.
I'm following your lead and putting some ivy into the car parky sections
Oh yeah.
now.
I wonder if that one's actually too dark as a floor texture. So we've got the green option. In fact, the one I quite like is the yellow option. Not sure how well that works in this. No, you know what? I think I'll stick with yellow. That works for me. What have I got there? Oh, I've got red. Okay, let's go for the yellow floor. In fact, I can break that up a bit by putting in some kind of unbroken floor as well. If I go again to the paint tool, paint some areas of unbroken floor, this might actually make it look a little bit more convincingly broken overall, because then we'll end up with some areas that are kind of broken with these missing tiles and some areas that aren't. So it's quite nice having some of these voxel materials where there's kind of two variants of them.
Yeah, and mixing them up is often very nice.
Yep.
Very pleasing.
And a little bit downstairs. Oh, and it looks like I missed the stairs there. Let's, they're all separate, damn it. Okay. A little bit more painting downstairs. Those brush strokes probably too big. Just click around randomly and fill in some areas. Okay. So that's setting it apart a little bit from how it originally looked. I feel like some of these pillars might want to be changed as well to something a bit more industrial looking. So I'm wondering about maybe these black panels. What are our options? Ooh, those could work.
Yeah,
Are you having a look here as well?
yeah. I'm just glancing for. I'm obsessed with my screen, so I have to look across at yours sometimes. And yeah, the orange plastic chairs.
Oh no, they're gonna go.
Yeah, they're going to go. Yeah, cool. But no, that's looking really good. That's a really nice change to the bank
I think this
template.
gold's a bit bright,
Ooh, oh wow.
so I'm going to replace that with something more industrial. No, actually, I'm going to use the black again. And then maybe use these black panels here. Does that work? No, don't like that. I'll leave that as it is. Okay, the edges of the stairs, that's too wooden. Ooh, that works, I think, for all that wood being replaced with this black metal.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
It gives it a darker feel. I don't know, I'm just guessing here, but
Yeah, I'm just sort of noodling around and just playing with different voxels and things on these buildings. So, yeah, sorry I'm not very talkative. I'm just concentrating on making the
it's
tiniest of little details.
absolutely not okay, Ed. It's
I
disgraceful.
know. Yeah, it's terrible. I should be telling tales and
Tell us a story. What
oh God.
what's happened in your life recently? What's interesting? What Lego have you bought?
uh, Not enough. That's for
Not
sure.
enough. Well, there we go. Ed has bought not enough Lego. Oh, were these pillars not included? Okay. What was our pillar texture? It was this one. Quite like that. I'm going to fill in these pillars with the shape tool in paint mode. In fact, I should just be able to stretch this across the whole place. And have that fill in those pillars in the black metal. And come this side as well for those stairs. There we go. Then these ones as well, downstairs. If I put it onto the move mode, I can just move that shape across onto each pillar. So I know it's going to be exactly the right size. Speeds up the process a bit.
Corrugated metal. I like to use that one.
Oh no, how did this happen? Okay. What time are we on? I think it looked better at 7 o'clock, didn't it? There. That looks a tiny bit darker and more run down. Now this ceiling, that's a very modern looking ceiling. I don't think that's suiting the tone really. What kind of ceiling tiles would suit this, do you think, Ed? What feels older?
What feels mechanical revolution that you would have on a ceiling? Good point.
Got these dusty
Um,
bricks, but I'm not sure if that's really the right
and it would
tone.
be sort of girders and things, wouldn't it? But I've been building so many warehouses over the past few weeks on the run up to mechanical revolution that the ceilings are
Ooh,
all trusses and tiles and things.
I think I've been stupid. I found the perfect floor material.
And you stuck it on the roof.
Yeah, I have. But the factory floor works really nicely. Okay, you know what? We're too far into this now. I'm keeping the yellow broken tiles on the floor, and I need to remember for whatever I build next, because I was going to make a separate building as well. I need to remember that factory floor is really good as a floor, not as a roof.
Stick it in your hotbar. That's what it's there
Yes,
for.
that is partially what it's there for. And this one. Okay.
Partially. It's entirely what it's there for.
It's also there for switching quickly between things, not just for remembering things.
Oh, I use it to remember things.
Oh, okay. So actually, industrial was probably quite a good tag. Oh no, that we saw the industrial ones. What else would work as a ceiling in here, I wonder? I need something that looks a little bit old. I guess there's like the wood. Would wooden ceilings have been a thing?
Mm, as long as they
Painted
have
wood?
not something that's that
That's not it.
huge. You would need supports, wouldn't you? You'd need
Alright,
more
Mr.
structural.
Architect. That could be a little too dark.
Then you've got electric lights coming down out of it, so.
I have.
Well,
The theme's a little bit messy. Guess who could say. Alright, I'm throwing a few things together. They're very early electric lights. When was the electric light invented? 18 something. When was the light bulb invented?
the Edison.
1879. I mean, you're allowed to have a wooden ceiling in 1879, aren't you?
Yeah.
Wasn't.
With neon.
Well, that's why it's mechanical revolution, Ted. Right. All these desks can go, and I think we start dressing the inside of this with some more mechanical revolution style things. I'm going to delete those. Probably don't want a water cooler for mechanical revolutions. Nor do we want these lane dividers that we've got here. In fact, any lane divider can go. You know what? All of that stuff can probably go. Whoop. There's more. Okay. All dressing can go. What's this? Is this not dressing? Why is this still here?
Go on.
Oh, potted plants. They can go. Seating. That can go. Where's my CCTV? Cameras. That can go. Okay, cool. We've emptied out this warehouse quite a bit now. Don't want metal detectors ideally. Oh, I think I've done too much painting back here. Let me just paint over some of this again. Okay. There we go. And now I can fill this with some more kind of mechanical revolution-y type things. So
Yeah,
what
there's
have
a
we
nice
got?
factory gate. Could work there.
Yeah, I'm going to filter by mechanical revolution and then see what's available. A factory gate, you say?
Yeah. It's a bit strange thing to have in the middle of a bank, but it's mechanical revolution, so.
Actually, it could work quite well here. Kind of blocking off the back of the vault and everything. If I take away these bright red lights, they're not really working with this theme. Oh, there's more lighting there. Let me put the entity icons on and try and figure out where that's coming from. Okay, delete. That can all go. I think we lost a light strip in the middle there, but that's fine. So that's blocked off. I'm going to block this off because I can't be bothered to dress all the back of this bank. So I'm just going to make sure you can't access it. And then try and make this match the other side instead. Cut that, pull this across, pull this. There we go, that's now symmetrical. And we filled that in. Oh no, we haven't. Let's pull that over there. And again, make sure the back is inaccessible. Whoops. Forward a touch. Okay. So let's start dressing. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff upstairs. I'll ignore that for now and dress the downstairs. What do we got? Let's clear this filter here. Got some automatons. They could be fun to kind of like dress this area. Look like they're walking around it, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, what am I actually doing with this building? That's quite an important question. Is it a factory? I guess it could be like a a bit of a factory, couldn't it?
And well, the game is about collecting and banking things. I mean, yeah, it's a bank, but yeah, sort of warehouse factory for people go out into the cold and they gather materials and then they store them in this building and then feed them to the machine.
But this is more of a kind of outside the main area, isn't it? So it's not really a gameplay piece as such. It's just,
Mm,
yeah, do you see what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So I don't know that we'd want this to be kind of an obvious resource storage area.
No,
Um,
it's part of the old world that has become dilapidated.
yeah, I'm gonna stick some turbine fans on the top because why not? That makes it a factory, right?
Can't go wrong with turbine fans.
And then on the inside,
That gives me an idea. I'm going to do that too.
well, that's a really big piece. On the inside, what I think I'm going to do is just try and make it a general sort of general factory area um, that's making something. God knows what they're making. So what have we got that we can use here? Right, how big are these pieces? Are they going to fit? Oh, they're quite big. That one might not fit. Oh, what's this mill piece? I don't know
Using.
if I've seen that before.
Oh,
Oh no, I haven't seen the mill.
oh it's one of the big machines, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I haven't seen that one before.
Mm. It's a big machine. It's a big machine.
Is that a song?
Yeah. Am I allowed to sing songs
No,
on stream? Okay.
you are not.
Because I'm a bad singer or for licensing reasons?
Um, I mean, honestly, the first one, but the second is probably also a reason. But mostly the first, for my sake.
Me.
Struggling to think of what we can make in this area. I reckon what it might need, which is quite drastic, is actually to take out the second floor and make it like one really big room. And then we can put in the factory. What do you think?
Uh, it would look more like a factory that way, and then you could get the ceiling with the girders and things like that.
Oh, I think this is an issue people have mentioned before, but I can't seem to extrude upwards into that face.
Hmm.
Okay, no, that could be a bit too awkward to try and attempt on a stream, so I'm just going to stick with this downstairs area. Um,
Yeah,
what?
hmm. It's a relic of the old world. It's not a factory or oh, that was working now, or is it? I don't know.
All right, let's. I'm just going to place like pieces of machinery in, like it's quite a sort of, I don't know, maybe a big storage warehouse type thing for machinery. Does that make sense? Is that a thing that you'd ever have? Probably not, is
If
it?
I could.
Hmm? How big's the train? Does that fit in here?
Oh, how?
Oh,
Oh, hang
that's
on.
giant. That's absolutely giant.
Why has that not come across into the template? What's going on there?
Oh no, what have you done?
Um, I've added event to a template,
Yep.
and I've done save to template, copy, yes. And it's copied my voxel changes, but it's not copied my meshes over.
When you say copied your voxel changes, could it just be because it's sharing the same voxel mesh?
Yeah, so it's not saving the template properly.
Right, let's try and.
I'll have a look at it in edit template mode.
Well, I did line those conveyors up. That's nice. Okay, need another factory piece to go on the end of this. What else would fit in here? Do we have space to put that in? No, all these pieces are very big. Let's put the player in for scale.
Something annoyingly weird is happening here.
Okay, you know what? Maybe if I just make this front area like the factory, the kind of conveyor belt thing. Um, that may have come a bit
That's
too
worked.
far out.
I think it's worked.
Yeah?
I've either broken the entire game or it has worked. Yeah, it's worked. Phew. Yay, we now have some cool looking vents in the car park
Ooh,
areas.
can I come and have a look? Oh yeah, nice. Is that these like the factory chimney grates and stuff?
Yeah, chimney turned on its side.
Nice.
I think I've used that prop more like that than I have as a chimney.
Yeah. Actually, the factory chimney would be a great addition to this bank building, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Uh,
Yes.
right, where's my bank? Where's my chimney? Let's add some of these in.
Yeah, what could we? The bank, to be honest, is still looking very banky.
It is still looking quite banky. Yeah, I'm struggling a little bit with what to turn it into, in all honesty. Maybe it should just be a bank. Like, just an older bank.
Um. Yeah, I did try to add some more snow on the top, but it came through underneath because the grow tool goes up and down.
Oh, yeah.
I made a mess. But the top looks
Whoops.
quite rigid.
Yeah?
It could maybe do with a little bit of pushing and pulling here and there.
Yeah, if you wanted to give that a go.
I will give that a go.
Does that cut into... It does cut into the room a little bit. Okay,
Yeah.
let's add a different chimney.
No, that's the wrong box hole.
Ah, I thought those were grouped together, but they're not. Okay, I think we need a bit more damage on the outside, so I'm going to have a look at doing that now.
That's a good call.
Cut away some of this.
It's too pristine.
It is a bit too pristine. I did the one side of it and then kind of got distracted with trying to work out the inside, but I'm thinking at this point it's the outside that we're going to see the most, so that's what needs to be destroyed a bit more. So I'm going to do lots of eroding.
Maybe one of the pillars at the front could be sort of smashed in half.
That's what I'm going to do. That's my
plan.
plan.
You're doing that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can smash another one if you want.
Smash it up.
Destroy the stairs there like they've been worn away.
I have a very hungry cat shouting at me from outside my door.
Oh dear. Do you not feed it?
I do feed it, but it is 8 o'clock is his food time, and it's 8 to 8 now.
Ah. Well, he'll have to wait. Does he not know that you're trying to do a stream? What's up with some of these pieces not wanting to rotate? It's strange.
Are you on relative?
I do have relative ticked, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes rotate doesn't work when you've got relative on.
I did not know of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Andy Morphs. Hey, Andy. Sorry, carry on, Ed. What were you saying?
No, I've just noticed that before. That sometimes, and I should have bugged it up before now. But yeah, sometimes when you got relative ticked, it will only rotate in very strange ways. So we need to get that looked at.
Yeah, that is what appeared to be happening. Did you just do something? I appear to have frozen.
I've not done anything. I'm fine.
Oh. My game had a glitch. Ed, that's you talking about bugs that you haven't bugged up.
So
That's your
even
fault.
just mention a bug, and the game breaks.
Yes, pretty much.
That's not fair.
Okay, I need to work out what my plan is as we're coming back in. Oh, it's gone all weird. Okay, coming back into the game. So, I was trying to make progress with the bank, but it wasn't quite. I wasn't quite sure where I was going with it. So, I'll do a little bit more damage to the outside of that. Um, but maybe it should just be quite an empty building. Maybe that's how it's best left. And then I'll work on a quick script to control the lights based on the
Oh, the
time of day.
lights. Yes, of course.
Right, let's head back into the machine. Yeah, and hopefully I can make that something that's packageable as well. I'll try and make it in quite a reusable way, because that might be a nice thing for people to use. Although I get the feeling it might be something Russ already made as a package. Can you remember him making that before?
Or a time-based light
Yeah,
system.
I don't know what it would be called though.
No. Sounds like the kind of thing you or he would have made.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? But I don't remember making it as a package. So therefore I'm going to make it. Oh, some of these areas of the bank look okay. Right, I'm going to drop that down, twist it a little.
Particularly different in there now. I'm just floating around it now. It's very cool.
Yeah, I'm not fully convinced by it really. It's different, but I just
Yeah.
couldn't work out what to put in the middle. Oh, in fact, actually, I know what to do with these columns. These columns should all be mechanical revolution columns, shouldn't they? They should be like the dark metal ones.
Yes.
That would be an improvement.
So the second floor of the bank. Oh, let me think.
I'm letting you think. Do I put this on now? Oh no, I'm going to need another piece of column. Yeah, this could work. This could make it look a little bit more in theme. Again, it's nice that we have so many variants of things, so we can.
We need to populate the bank with the power-ups as well, with the collectibles.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. Like, I don't know, maybe next time we've got Russ back.
Yeah, once we get back onto gameplay, because yeah, today is just visuals.
Yes, indeed.
I might just strip out the second floor and put some other stuff in.
Go for it.
Okay. Because it's all plasticky and not quite on theme.
Oh, all the props up there. Yeah, I just didn't get around to
Yeah.
removing them. Go for it.
Yeah,
Delete it
I
all.
know.
Kill it.
Be gone, all of you.
Okay, let me drop. Ah!
Oh, not that.
No, don't delete the bank. We at least want the same building that we've been working on. Yeah, cool. I haven't been streaming so much recently, but notice Andy's in the chat now. So, have you been around much recently, Andy, or have you been quiet? Because I don't think I've heard from you for a little while. Have you been playing any Crayta games? Got any new favourites or anything that you want to shout about? Let me just scatter some pieces of column on the floor. That'll make it look a bit more broken.
It's so much easier to destroy than to create.
Yes.
I've just destroyed this entire room and I'm like, what do I do with it?
It's quite fun to destroy as well. Can I twist that? Yeah. Huh. There. That makes it look a little bit more broken. Shove it down a bit. Let's delete these other columns.
Well, the cat's going to get a sore throat if he keeps shouting like this.
Right, I'm going to make this one look like it's completely like fallen forwards.
Oh, nice.
Feel like my hay fever is going to make me sneeze in a minute. It's coming, it's coming.
Bless
No,
you.
it isn't. Oh, you know when you want to sneeze, but it just doesn't happen. So annoying. Right, let's arrange these pieces.
A little bit bad because I'm kind of making essentially a sweatshop. But
Really?
yeah, I've just got these massive long trellis tables with yeah, stuff on them.
Ah, I didn't want to delete that. Do I want to do?
Cogs. Cogs, I've got to use cogs.
No, maybe I wanted to keep.
Gears. We call them gears, don't we? Not cogs.
And then have that piece down on the snow. Sink it a little bit into the snow. There we go. There. That looks quite cool. It looks like the column's kind of fallen down and smashed
Oh
on
yeah,
the
nice.
steps. And then obviously it's going to need the other columns that still would have been in place. One probably about there. And one maybe there. That's just about hang on.
It's not going to impede players, is it? It's no, they can jump over that. That's going to be fine.
Gonna fill this a little bit more just so it doesn't look like it's floating quite so much. No? Why would it impede players? Oh, at the edge of the bridge.
Yeah.
No, you
yeah.
can jump over by the look of it. Seems fine. Alright, I think that's reasonable progress in terms of making the bank look a little bit more destroyed. And it's got some chimneys on it. I don't know if the chimneys are working. Let's have a look at what you were doing up here. So you got people making gears. Long tables of gears. Okay, so yeah, I said I was going to work on that script for the lighting being based on the time of day. So I should probably do that. Do you have any lights in your tower things at the moment?
The only lights that are in the towers are the ones that are on the fire. There's the fireplaces that I put in there, which
Okay.
can just be lit all the time. But they could maybe do with the flickering script on
I'll
them
have
all,
to
and I
find them
don't
now.
think I templated them because I'm naughty.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
But isn't the fireplace part of the overall template?
No, I don't think so. I can't remember. It was last week. God,
Fireplace, you say?
you expect me to remember last week?
Yes, I do. Okay, you know what? We could add different lights to these. Maybe if I add little campfires so they seem a bit more alive, and then I could have the campfires and the lights turn on. What do you think? So like
Yeah.
the fire effect even.
Right. Yeah. So they ignite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
it
could be
looks a
cool.
little bit kind of like a, I don't know, a wasteland where someone's arrived and has set up a little campfire.
Hmm.
Alright, so if I create a child effect of this, which is going to be, I think the fire large is generally the good one to go for. Then create a child light.
Isn't fire large really, really large?
No, that's fire extra large.
Oh,
That one's extra large.
of course, obviously. How silly of me.
Yeah, Ed. Let's call this
Duh.
the campfire light. Make it quite orange. Probably don't want that specular. Turn down that attenuation a bit. Probably want the intensity there turn that down. There we go. So we've got a campfire, and we've got the fire effect. Now what we want to do is add a script to these. It's going to be based on... Oh, what's this time of day script? Oh,
Busted.
that looks useful, doesn't it? That controls stuff for the time of day. Huh. Okay, I can just use this. And that can either make things active or inactive for the effects, or visible for the light. Yeah, that should work. Day check interval. It checks every 1 minute. No, I want to change that to every 5 seconds, I think.
Precision.
And what was our day length? Maybe 1 minute?
World settings, day length 1 minute, yeah.
Self is daytime. Get world, get time of day. Okay. So this looks like Rust set up 2 events on daytime and on nighttime.
That sounds like what he should have done,
Yep.
which is good.
So I'm going to now add a script to this, which is just going to be like a... I don't know, I'll just call it an activation script. Open that up, and then I'll have an activate and deactivate function. And these should be super simple scripts. So activate, if it's, I guess, an effect or a sound, it's going to set active. Otherwise, it's going to set its visibility. So I can say is a light, no, sorry, is it effect or self-get entity is a sound. Pretty sure that works. Then self-get entity dot active equals true. In fact, what I'm going to do is if self.active equals true, then return end, so we don't keep doing the same thing. Need the double equals. And then I'll set self.active equals true. So that means if something constantly calls activate, it's not going to keep like reactivating, because it'll say that it's already active. Else self.get entity dot visible equals true. Okay. And then basically the same logic for deactivate, but here we obviously just want to go for false instead of true. And again, might as well add this little check here. Okay, so we want to hook those up now to these events. So let's drag our entity into here. Find the activation script. So on daytime, we want to deactivate the lights. And on nighttime, we want to activate the lights. Now, actually, what I'm going to do to try and make these a little bit more realistic, I guess, make them look more interesting, is have a slight delay on them. So when it gets to the evening, some of them will have, at random, a short delay, which is going to mean that as you look around the world at when it turns to evening, things are going to kind of turn on one by one. Well, not strictly one by one, but a little bit randomly. So let's add a boolean.
Feels a little bit more alive. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Rather than everything just flickering on, or just flicking on in one go and then flicking off again, make it a little bit more random. So use random delay, type equals boolean, default equals false in this case, but we'll turn it on. And then random delay, vect delay, type equals. We can do a vector 2D for this. It's nice because it gives you the two properties, the x and the y, that you can choose a random number between. Type equals vector 2D, default equals vector2d.new. What's some good random times? Maybe like 1 to 5 seconds. Oh, and then we want to say visible if. So this is a nice attribute we can give to a property, where we basically define a function to say if this property should be visible. So you set up an inline function here. You can pass in the property table, which I've just shortened to P there. And then we can return P dot use random delay. So basically this is visible if we have the property P dot use random delay. Now what have I done wrong? Oh, I think I just missed a comma there. There we go. So you'll see now when we tick use random delay, that's when we get the delay time in there. So the thing I want to do when we activate and deactivate is actually schedule these. If let's cache our properties. Local p equals self.properties. That will just mean we can refer to properties a bit easier. So we can come in here and go if p.useRandomDelay, then wait for math.random p.delay.x p.delay.y. Okay. Then we carry out the bit we wanted to do, which is turning it on or off. And I'm just going to copy that logic down to here. Oops, I think we need to just move that one back a bit. Need to remember to add that line about caching the properties. And then make sure we indent all this. Very important to keep your code indented properly. Makes it a lot more readable. So that not only you can read it and understand it when you come back to it later, but other people can as well. Just realized I didn't set active to the right values in there. Okay, so if we're using a random delay, it's going to wait a random amount of time. And actually, I do want that to happen in this case. Yeah, I'll keep with the default numbers. And then the other thing I want to do is activate the fire potentially at the same time, I think. Is that going to work? No, it could activate at a different time, but that's alright. I'll accept it. So I'll add the activation script. And then I'm just going to hook it up to the same time of day script. In fact, I could add my time of day control somewhere else. Just wondering the best way to do this. Because I want to add these scripts to a lot of things. I don't want to have to set up this event each time. So maybe I'll do a find all scripts. The activation script, that might be a better idea. Yeah, I think I'll do that actually. So I'll take off the time of day script here. And I'll just put that. Have we got like some logic somewhere? No. Create a new logic entity. Time of day logic. Whoops. Add our time of day script in here that Russ kindly set up for us, and then I'll give it another quick script, which is going to be time of day activation manager. Really catchy name. How's your stuff going, Ed?
Going fine. I'm just sort of detailing out this interior of the bank on the second floor.
Cool.
Just having fun, just trying to throw some things into there, give it a bit of atmosphere and a little bit of life, and not particularly environmental storytelling, but just sort of a hint of that.
Yeah. Okay, so what we need to do in this script is find all the activation scripts in the world. That means we're not going to have to individually set up each one. Oh, Dry Coast is suggesting broadcast. Yeah, we've kind of been recommended by our technical director against using broadcast. That's the broadcaster scripts function where you can basically just send off an event name and it will call that event name on any script where it happens to have that function name. Partly because it's quite inefficient, but also partly because it's very sort of risky in case you have a script that you don't know about that has the same function name. That's just going to end up getting called. So you've got to be careful with that. So if I put in activate and deactivate functions, then I can just make sure I'm sending it at least to all the activation scripts. Ah, damn it. Okay, so on activate, we want to go for each, I'll just call the scripts S in pairs. Ooh, I want that to be self.activation scripts. In self.activation scripts, do S and what's the function that we need to call? Oh, activate, obviously.
Mm.
And in deactivate, we obviously want to call deactivate. Okay. Finally, we need to assign the activation script, and then we need to just set up these events so that they actually make it activate and deactivate with the time of day logic. Okay, so on daytime, we want to deactivate these things, and on nighttime, we want to activate them. Okay, now I think for the sake of time, I'll just take the campfire as a template. I'll call it, I don't know, activation campfire. And then paste that around the place a little bit. And then hopefully we can have a preview and kind of see how well that's worked. So activation campfire. I'm going to place a few into your buildings, Ed.
Cool. Excellent.
Oh, we don't have a way of like sticking entities to a surface, do they? Do we?
No, we don't.
That would be nice
And all
if
the
we did.
buildings are skew-if, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a line to surface would be a very handy tool.
Feature request. You know, someone
Mm-hmm.
wants to put one in.
Mm-hmm. I do.
No, Ed, you're not allowed. You're not community. Quit your job and then do it. And then ask for your
And then
job
come
back.
back.
Then go, can I please come back? Alright. There's a few of those campfires scattered around. In fact, I'm going to put some just in the outside world so we can hopefully make sure we see it a little better. The idea is, when it turns to evening, we should see basically a few lights turn on, which is all these campfires. That's the theory.
Oh, what is that? Whoa,
What?
whoa, 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 whoa,
What?
whoa. There's a massive line of horribleness in the bank.
Massive line of horribleness. Is it this?
Yeah.
Is it this like hay?
Yeah, that was me, sorry.
Oh,
Ugh.
Ed. Alright, should we see if the script
Sorry.
works? Actually, I need to tidy these up. Then should we see
No,
if the script works?
I'm getting, yeah, I've got to get rid of these things because they offend me.
Okay. Let's call this campfires. And then we can just stick all the campfires in that, I think. Oh, where are our campfires? Here we go. Campfires. Oh, wow. Actually, do we have a trees locator? Because, no. Those trees need tidying up. Let me know when you're ready to go.
Okay, I've cleared that up. That's good. Yeah,
Alright.
ready.
Just tidy up these trees a bit. Do. Nope, I missed. There, put them in there. If nothing else, we'll at least have tidied up the world tree in Russ's game, which is always a necessary part of any game that you work on with Russ. I can say that, he's not here, and there's no possible way he can ever watch this stream back.
He's probably watching it right now
Mm.
from holiday. He's a workaholic.
Okay, so the fires are definitely on. We can see that much. We're dying.
Yep. Oh, I'm safe here. I'm in the base.
Hopefully the fires turn off when it goes to daytime. Sun's coming up. And I don't really know what 6 AM looks like.
Still burning.
Still burning. Still burning.
Still burning.
Oh.
Sun is directly overhead.
We've got some errors, but I don't think they're anything to do with what I've done. New activate trigger script. I don't know what that means. I mean, do we trust Russ's script actually works?
You're really hoping he's not watching this stream, aren't you?
Well, I'm not sure if I trust it. Time of day logic. Oh, it only checks every minute. Well, that's a bit naff. We need it to check every second. Can't check every minute. That's way too long.
Yeah, when the day length is 1 minute.
Yeah.
That's a bit... Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
While true do. Wait. Day check interval. Yep. The other thing is I might want to turn down the damage that's being done to us. So I wonder if I can find where that is. You wouldn't know where that is, would you? The logic that damages us?
No?
Aha.
Watch the previous stream.
Oh, damn it. There's already a time of day logic thing in here.
and come back in 2 hours once you've watched
it. But shall I stream myself watching the previous stream?
Just sit there watching.
Change that to every 1 second, I think. And then also assign these here. I didn't realize Russ already had a time of day thing set up, but that does make sense. So deactivate and then activate on night. Okay.
You just modified his time of day thing.
Hmm?
I thought you just modified his time of day thing. You definitely knew that was there.
Did I know it was
Crazy
there?
face.
I mean, I forgot it was there. And then there's the player temperature script. There we go. Damage per check 100. So I think that's a bit strong. Let's reduce it to 10 so we don't just die instantly.
Yeah, the death was pretty harsh.
Right, let's give it a go and just see if the campfires are working.
Alright. Seem to always spawn directly on a pickup. We should probably change that at some point.
What do you mean?
Every time I start, I'm carrying a massive sack.
Yeah, that's because you've got your inventory still.
Oh, of course.
You should be able to just dump all the stuff into the hopper. So wait, my campfires, they should turn off, shouldn't they?
I tend to
They're off. The campfires are off.
The campfires are off.
The campfires are off.
Yay! Let's see if they come back on again.
I don't know where's a good place to watch for them to come back on. Maybe this way?
I'm just staring at one now.
So as we get towards 6 o'clock, they should come back on. Yes! I just saw them come on.
Yeah, and they came on at different times as well.
Oh, did they? Nice.
Yeah.
The ones I watched all seem to come on at the same time.
No, it's ever so slightly they came on at different times.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Well, oh, you've got smoke coming out of your chimneys as well. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know what's making them because they're dilapidated car parks.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know exactly what's making the smoke, but who cares?
Hey, you know what? I'm quite happy with this bank. At least from the outside. It's actually looking quite effective.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
why does it say item deposited by user? Yeah, let's blame Russ and go back. All right. What other bits do we want to do in like maybe the next 20 minutes or so?
You
I'm.
check out the second floor of the bank. See what you think of that. Of what I've been doing in there. There are still some
I'll have a
plastic
look.
chairs in there.
Still plastic chairs? Where?
In one of the top corners of the bank.
Oh, over there. We should be able to get rid of those easily.
Yeah.
Bloop. Gone. Yeah,
But
cool.
what should we put in their place?
Um,
An empty space. That
I,
suits me.
I don't know. Well, if if this is a floor where people are like working on stuff, working on the cogs and springs, I don't know what they're working. I don't know what they're doing with them.
I don't know how they're making these giant springs on a wooden bench.
No, with a lot of very slow chiseling. So maybe this is like a storage area, so you can have a bunch of crates or something with all the springs in.
Right, yeah, I did some boxes over here.
Yeah,
Do some more of that.
I don't know.
Yeah. Crate things. Sound good?
Yeah, what sort of things do we have? I'm gonna filter by mechanical revolution again. Could do some coal piles. Oh, maybe there's like a furnace over here, which is where metal could come from. You got this furnace opening. You could do some nice fire effects in it. Have a chimney
And, then-
coming up above it, and some
and
coal
then
piles next to it.
they use the oven gloves to carry the molten metal over to their desk and make a big spring out of it.
Well, they just use their hands, don't they? They kind of got used to it by now. Ooh. Let's dilapidate this a bit more. Let's hang this window out. Could be a salvage area where they break things apart into pieces. Ooh, I like that. Could it be like a robot salvage? There's like a perfectly good robot being broken apart in the corner.
And they're turning it into a giant robot.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, I lost my voxels when I crashed, I think. I'm going to paint a little bit more ivy on the outside.
They put a massive oppressive clock in there, which makes the sweatshop even scarier. It's like,
Yeah.
there's a big clock. It's watching you.
Yeah, I noticed that. But it definitely gives the right idea of being like a bit of a scary factory that you wouldn't really want to be in.
Yeah, Draco says could be a salvage area where they break things apart into pieces. Yeah, cool.
A little bit of ivy running up the sides. Oh, Ed, you got more of your hay bales out here.
Oh, what have I done?
I don't know. I've turned them into ivy now.
Okay. Sorry. It's that line tool. It works, but it works too well.
As in, it sometimes works when you don't expect it to.
Hmm.
Alright, there's a little bit more ivy covering the outsides of this now. Hopefully looks alright. It's coming along.
Yeah. I think once Russ is back, we've obviously got a little bit more logic to work on.
Mm-hmm.
And then the actual factory in the middle, we've not even touched that.
No.
That's still just an open space, so I think that's where we need to concentrate.
Yep.
Next time.
Okay, so we've got the bank here as like our big landmark piece, so we know which way we're facing essentially.
Yeah.
And then we've got the car parks as some set dressing. But then this sort of middle space outside the central island is a bit empty.
It's a little bit bland, isn't it? Yeah.
And I'm thinking I want to make like a template building that I can just stick a few of in there.
Hmm.
And that should probably wrap up this stream. So the question is, what kind of small to medium-sized building
Mm.
would could I make in a
Um,
mechanical revolution theme that could go in the middle there?
there were the small buildings that are made for the background of the Mechanical Revolution trailer.
Or
I
the
think
oh,
I
they were
made.
like houses, weren't they?
They were houses, so they might not fit particularly. This
Um,
is a survival game. It's not supposed to be cozy.
yeah.
So I think just more little hints of ruins, really, for a survival gamey thing, or
Yeah.
some tents and things, maybe.
Oh, we could do some tents, but I want to make a little building to
Hmm.
paste around as well. I'm going to call it industrial building while I try and think of an idea, or if anyone in the chat has a good idea for what could be like a small industrial building that's a little bit broken down, that would be good to know. Gonna have a quick Google for small industrial building and see what sort of things we get.
Is there
Right.
anything we could do with vehicles?
What kind of vehicles would work in it, do you think?
Well, we don't have a great variety of vehicles. I mean, I'd love to have like an oil tanker sort of thing on its side, that kind of thing. But note to art team, make us an oil tanker before the end of this stream.
That would be impressive if they could do that. They're quick, but they're not that quick. Well, there's an industrial building, and I have no idea what it is for. But I'm not. Oh no, we can't see that on stream. I think I've got the wrong tab selected. Anyway, it's kind of a little tower with like a windmill thing at the top, and then a chute. I don't really know how to describe it, but I'm going to try and make something like it and place a few around, and it'll be great.
Mhm.
So I want to filter again by industrial, don't I? Oh, how does it select that? Industrial, and
A
then go for this
makeshift metal
factory floor.
building, lice post-apocalyptic metal sheets for walls, etc. Or the train turned into a makeshift home.
Oh, the train turned into a makeshift home is cool.
That's quite interesting.
I've started on this now,
Okay,
but you
I
could,
could I could certainly try to make a post-apocalyptic train.
yeah,
That would be awesome.
or that would be very cool. Have it as like a big feature piece maybe through the world.
Mm,
So like, can you see my screen? From where I'm looking
yeah,
now, over to like there's a little bit of a dip, like at the base of that tower. What if that was like a big train track with pieces of train kind of fallen off the sides of it? Does that make sense?
Ollie. It does. I'm just trying to find in my world where's your drone? I'm
Yeah.
just trying to
Hello.
find it.
Stay still.
Oh, there
Hello.
you are. Okay,
So I
right.
meant
I'll
from
follow you.
like starting here,
Hmm.
going this way.
Okay.
You could probably do a
Wow.
train track, right? Or
Yeah.
maybe not quite that far. I don't know. Maybe it cuts into this sort
I
of area.
I can certainly try.
I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Bearing in mind you'll have to finish it next time because probably don't have enough time on today's
No, probably
stream.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds quite cool.
Mm.
I like this idea of a makeshift metal building. So I think what I might do is make this little industrial building, um, and then kind of add a few things to it to make it look like it's lived in. You know, like it's been reclaimed by someone in the apocalypse. So like they've added some metal panels or something to it to try and build it up again. I'll see what I can do. See if that makes any
Mm.
sense. I want to go for old brick. No, I don't want to do that in old brick. I'm going to, in fact, make the walls. Do I want to make the walls separate? No. No, they can just be built on as part of it. Do 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 do. Build this up a bit. Maybe cut the corners off, that might look nice. I'm going to stop it changing time of day because that's quite distracting.
I turned the render settings off ages ago.
Oh yeah, that's probably a better idea than what I've done. Just cutting these corners off to make it look a little bit less structured, I guess, or a little bit less square. And I'm going to try and copy the Google image that you guys can't see, but is in my brain. And it basically had some big like wheels on the top of it, which look pretty interesting. Wondering which of these, yeah, that's the sort of thing. It looked like they were maybe pulling something up a ramp.
Mm. Those are good wheels. Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool wheels. I'll cut into the middle of the building first, actually.
Mm.
There we go. Give us a door. I'll equip that to my hotbar so I can find it later. What kind of door suits the industrial feel of this?
I'm making such a wiggly railway line that, God, you would probably feel very sick if you're on this train.
Yeah. Oh, we've got this door with the snow on top is quite nice. I might put that in wherever it will go. Oh, it's smaller than I thought. And then I'm going to try and make... I have no idea what this building could have been used for. It's a very strange looking thing. But I will make it. So I'll attach the wheels up here. Probably do 2 of those. And I like to make sure everything's symmetrical. If that's 75, that's got to be at minus 75. Ooh, I like the pipe actually from Mechanical Revolutions. I'm going to put that between them. Make it look like it's a bit of an axle. Oh, that fits perfectly. Gotta love the Crayta meshes sometimes, the way they just snap together.
Yeah, good work.
There we go. I'll cut this section out so that the wheels actually have space to turn. Okay. And then I don't know what would they be doing? I have no idea what they'd be doing here. Gonna make gonna make some kind of wooden planks coming down so it looks like, I guess they're just lifting stuff up. Because, I don't know, it's a useful thing to do, right? In the industrial era, just lift stuff to higher places.
Yeah, could it be like a oil drilling thing that's lowering stuff into the
Yeah,
ground?
maybe. Wood beam. I'm trying to work out what this picture is that I'm looking at. Like, trying to work out what that building would be doing. Whoops, I haven't selected wood beam. But honestly, it's a bit weird, and I can't work it out. where's the woods? I think we want this wood floorboard. Walnut might look quite industrial.
We don't really have a mesh of corrugated iron pieces, do we?
Of corrugated iron.
We've got got it as a voxel.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
which
that's
could
how I was probably going to do it, just as voxel mesh, like plates.
yeah.
Okay, I wonder if I've left myself enough room to put a little staircase into this thing. Oh, actually, some cables, maybe? Like it lifts something up here. I want to make sure I attach that to the right place. I'll attach it to this central beam here. Crane cable, is that going to be too wide, or is that... No, that could work.
Cool.
If I put that on relative, copy paste it, then I can slide extra ones down. There we go, and then something at the bottom that can just be lifted up, I guess. Go back to mechanical revolution. Maybe, I think there's like a big, whatever you call it, crucible. How big is that? Yeah, that might make sense being dragged up here.
Well, yeah, the big, yeah.
And then if that kind of had something sticking out either side of it, so that it could actually slide up here. We got like, what would it be? Maybe more of the pipes actually. I don't want that there, I want it at 12.5. 125. There we go. Copy paste that, minus 125. There, so now our crucible can kind of pushed up onto this. So it looks like it's going to be dragged up and down by these cables, although we probably don't need the last cable there. Actually, if I want that there, it should be the cables that I move up. That sort of makes sense as a structure. It lifts something up so it can tip it over. I don't know. Let's assume that's a thing people would have used in industrial times. Now, have I got space for a spiral staircase? No, I think I've made this building too small. I'll try it, actually. Could work. Oh, it's really nice to place these. I haven't used them, like, I haven't actually placed them down before. Really easy.
Which ones?
The spiral staircase.
Oh yeah, they're very cool. Yeah. Yeah, clip, clip, clip.
Whoops, I seem to have selected a bunch of stuff. Right, so if I just maybe spin this bottom one. Oh no, because you've got to be able to get onto it. Ah, okay, I'm going to give myself more space in this building. For the staircase. Drag these out. And it's normally Rust that's bad at stairs. Damn it. so if that goes like that, we get a little spiral staircase at the back, so you can come in there, go up the stairs, and then I just want like the tiniest bit of, I think we call it walkway, don't we? Yeah, just the tiniest bit of factory walkway at the top there.
I think our resident train guru is going to be quite annoyed with what I'm doing with his train at the moment.
What, Ed?
Yeah,
What have
other
you?
Ed.
Other Ed, sorry, yes, you're Ed. What have you done with it? Can I come and have a look?
Well, I'm still working on it, but I'm turning it into a complete Mad Max crazy thing with spikes over it.
Oh, I see. Let's copy paste that. Spin that one around. Okay, well, this sort of makes a bit of sense. It's a building that people can go into, and they can go and like stand and look at this thing that turns. There might be some reason for people to do that. I have no idea what. But hey, the building works. You can go up the flight of stairs there. Now I think we should have a door script, hopefully. I think something comes in with the bank, doesn't it? That's going to open that door for us. Or did we
Yeah,
delete all the doors in the bank already?
you might have done, but there is a door script.
Oh no, there's this one. Oh, it doesn't have a script on it. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll need to add the door script to this. Is that or the animation script? Is that what we want? You sure there's a door script
Yeah, I've used it.
that just has them open by default?
Um,
What's new animation script?
yeah, I've definitely used a script, but it's got a trigger and it checks for people in the doorway and it opens the doors.
Oh yeah, but what in this world?
Not in this world. It was in the
Yeah.
showcase. The showcase world that had all the
Yeah,
train
no, I
doors would
wanted
open
something that
windows.
just opened this by default.
Ah.
I'll do it with this, and I'll add a name. Activate by default. Type equals boolean. Default equals false, but then I'll have to tick it for this, and I'll say if self.properties.activate by default, then self on activate. There, so I'll just add that. Activate animation. Open, close. Cool. Let me just simulate, check that works. Yeah, that opens the door there. Okay. Do you think this building needs a roof, Ed?
Let me float over and have a look. Where are you?
Whatever it is. I'm gonna like tear it down and make it look a bit more broken. But do you think it needs a roof, or do you think it could just be an open top sort of thing? I think I'm gonna leave it open, but give a bit of a cap around the roof actually.
Yeah, I think you might need a half roof, like where the wheels are. They could go outside, but you could have a half roof at the front of it.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I'm gonna lift that up a bit more, but take it away for the wheels. Yep, all those settings are correct. Okay, and then probably do a roof in some of these black panels because they're quite sort of industrially.
Is the The voxel metal rusty corrugated iron. I think that's a new one for mechanical revolutions. It
Oh,
does look fantastic. Yeah.
yeah, the rusty corrugated iron. I think you're right. I think that is.
Yeah. It's really good. It's nice.
Bit of a refund there, and then I'll just cut away the edges. Whoops. Let's go for this tool. Yeah, just make it kind of fit the shape of this building a little better. Yeah, that's not too bad for a roof, it'll do. And it needs a couple of windows, and then I'll paste them around, make it look a bit dilapidated, and then I think we should probably wrap up the stream.
I guess so.
So, what windows have we
Made
got?
quite a lot of nice progress. It's been really fun to
Yeah,
exercise our creative muscles, as they say.
yeah. Probably should have come into it with a bit more of a plan, but or for the bank at least.
I think coming into it without a plan was actually quite fun.
Okay, yeah. Guess so. People get to see our thinking process a little bit more than normal.
Yeah, it's a
when
little bit more
it's
random. It's
unplanned.
Yeah. It's not scripted. We just do this thing for a living, and it's great.
Ah, where the heck have I? Oh. Right, let me cut that area out of the voxels as well. Yoink. Push that in. Oh, and then I'll put a campfire in each of these before I make it a template. Just because why not? Where have we got that? Campfire, campfire, campfire. Activation campfire. No, I want it centered.
Notes for next time. We need to work on the building in the middle, work on the factory, and work on placement of the pickups. Put them in the buildings that you've just made, and etc. etc. The stuff that we've changed to the environment. The bank. There needs to be some pickups in there. There's got to be a reason to go in there. So, yeah.
Yep.
So we'll do pickup placement and
oh no.
Yeah, finishing off the factory next time. What have you done? What have you done?
Crucible's not part of the industrial building.
What?
Copy to template. Copy. Sorry. Okay. Right, I'm going to place a few of these around, and then I can dilapidate them. What did I call it? Industrial building. Ooh, nice curvy train.
Thank you.
Ha! I like how it's got like random wooden bits stuck over it, like it's someone's tried to make it home.
Rusty corrugated iron. Oh yeah, there's the wooden
And
spikes
the wooden,
as well.
yeah. Gonna put one more of these down actually, I think. Industrial building. I reckon one over here. Okay. Ed, if you also want to have a go at breaking a couple of these down a bit as well.
They separate individual meshes?
No. So the thing you'll have to do is select one.
Break it.
Make it a unique voxel mesh. So I'll just call mine industrial building A if you want to do one and call it B. And then break it apart a bit in whatever way you see fit. Huh?
Let's not both pick the same one.
I've picked mine and started on it, so hopefully
I've picked this one that's
yeah, you're way away from me, don't worry.
Cool.
Okay, making mine nice and broken. Let's choose some voxels that might look good here. So again, I think our ivy's quite nice.
We've got snowy brick.
Oh, snowy brick. That could be cool. Yeah, the ivy's pretty nice on this one. Are you suggesting they should have been snowy brick, like as a base layer?
No, just as things that you can dot upon it now.
Snowy brick.
Yeah, just use the paint tool and dot some.
But it's quite a clean brick.
It is quite a clean break, isn't it? That yeah, it's not the dirty brick.
It might work in a couple of places, but I think if you just add it to like the tops, that could work. But yeah, we need like snowy, dirty brick. We need all the variants really. Just variants on everything. Okay, so mine's got a few holes in it. I'll probably add another hole over this side. And then we kind of patch it up and make it look like someone's trying to inhabit it with some of your corrugated iron. What do you think?
Use the corrugated iron. You could use some wooden planks as well.
Yeah. What was your corrugated iron called?
It is called.
Iron something? Cheese collision?
No, it's not cheese collision for once. God, what?
I'll go select the one on the train and find
Yeah,
out.
it's just the one on the train.
Metal
Yeah.
sheet. It's just called metal sheet.
Yeah.
Voxel mesh, metal sheet A. Yeah, cool. So we can kind of plaster a few of these around like someone's tried to patch up the building in a bit of a haphazard way.
Mm-hmm.
Lift that one out in front. Cool. And then I'll break down another one in a slightly different way, and then I think we're probably about done.
I suspect so.
So I'm calling this one Industrial Building C, just so we know the differences. I'm going to break this one up quite badly.
Mm-hmm.
I have the window like falling out of it. In fact, I might even destroy the stairs in it. Have them like falling down a bit. Whoa, flipped it upside down. I'll leave the stairs, but the walkway's kind of twisted a bit and broken.
Crucible on mine's tipped over.
Oh yeah, nice. I didn't think about doing that. But yeah, I could break this up so I could have one of the wheels be like a bit. In fact, the wheel could have fallen off. Just be stuck in the snow. Damn it, why did it turn more? And I guess the pipes should all be broken as well that it was attached to.
Mm-hmm.
Probably don't want to move that one too much because it's going to move these cables.
That front wall needs something on it. Maybe do some ivy on there.
have that look a bit more broken. And then yeah, I like the idea of the crucible having tipped over a bit.
Yeah, I've put some coal that spilled out of it as well.
Oh, nice. Oh, the roof needs a bit more destruction. Oh, mossy brick. Of course, that's a good one to use.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Well, yeah, want.
Well, you can have it. You are quite welcome to use it. It's there in the library. I'm going to add a bit of mossy brick to this as well.
Yeah, I've used it many times, but I've never used it with the sort of industrial brick. I've used it more on the sort of jungle Aztec-y stuff.
Yeah, it works perfectly with the mossy brick.
Yeah, that works really
Sorry,
well.
with the industrial
Yeah,
brick.
with the yeah, it's really good.
Okay, nice. Shall we maybe have one final preview and then look to wrap this thing up for today?
Yep, let's do it.
Bang.
So there's still a little bit of work to do, like we say. A little bit of cleanup on putting the power-ups and things in and building that factory in the middle, but I think we're getting somewhere quite close here.
Yeah, okay. Right. So for anyone who has just joined the stream, looks like Joshua may have just joined us there. Um, we have been carrying on with part two of our Mechanical Revolution game creation, and we're making a game called, what did Russ call it? The something.
Machine.
The
The
Machine. That's
machine.
it. The game is essentially you have this safe island here in the middle with like a bit of a factory on it, and then around that island you basically have the wilderness. You go out into the wilderness and you collect resources, which are like these glowing things here. And then you want to take those back and basically feed them into the machine to keep the machine going, and that keeps you warm at night and keeps you alive. We haven't finished all that logic, but today we've just been kind of building up the world a little bit around it. So we've added this bank and tried to make that look a little bit broken down and fit it in better with the Mechanical Revolution theme. Oh no, I can't get in that door. I thought I'd taken the doors off, to be honest. So here we go. We've got our kind of broken bank that we've turned into a bit of a factory warehouse space. You can see it's got some broken twisted pillars and things. Then we've got some of these industrial buildings that I made. I have no idea what their purpose is, but they seem to winch a heavy crucible slightly uphill, which could have been a useful thing. And we've taken a few copies of that and kind of decorated each one differently. So this was Ed's one. He's tipped the crucible over, had some coal spill out. It's really nice. Of course, you can go have a look inside and go up the spiral staircase and everything as well. Ed's added this train and made it look a little bit Mad Max, I think, as Drykos pointed out. So it's kind of, yeah, it's a train that's been taken over in the wilderness and made to look like people are trying to live in it. And then he's also made some changes to these kind of tall, towering structures around the outside. So added the chimneys and the smoke, some industrial arches, a bit of moss and everything to make them fit the tone a bit better. And then I've got a couple of these industrial buildings of my own here as well that I've decorated and kind of broken up a bit. So that was the progress.
Yeah, well, you've been working on the time of day stuff. So these campfires.
Oh yeah.
Turn off during the day and they're on during the night, theoretically.
I think. Have I stopped the day-night cycle? Oh, I have, haven't I?
I think you have, yeah.
All right. Let's preview it with the day-night cycle back on.
Yeah.
Just
Because
so
there's the
we can...
day-night cycle of collect things during the day and then use them during the night. And Adam's been setting up lighting that works during the day and the night.
Ideally, yeah.
To make the level look
there we go.
Awesome, no matter what time of day it is.
So it's looking pretty cool at night now, especially with the fires in these industrial buildings. They look really nice. Train looks cool. it would be good to get some lighting like inside that as well that comes on at night time.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, make it look like people are living in there.
And then the sun comes up, the fires hopefully go out. Yes, they do go out. I was scared
Yay!
then. And then we got our daytime period. Okay, cool. I think um, it's a little bit unplanned today, but I think we've made some reasonable progress here, and we've got some kind of nice visual storytelling going on. Well, the story being that stuff got broke and old. But yeah, we made some cool changes to this world, and we will be back possibly next week or the week after to carry on with this game building series and hopefully finish up this game, or at least get it to a closer to finished state. Get some more of the logic in when Russ is back around. And yeah, we really look forward to seeing you on that next stream. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thanks, Ed. It's been good fun. Hope you've had fun.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, definitely.
Cool. And we will see you all, yeah, next Tuesday and also tomorrow. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow because we've got a special stream celebrating our 1 year anniversary because Crayta will be 1 year old on the 1st of July. So that's really exciting. And yeah, of course, we will look forward to seeing you there. Bye, everyone. Take care. See you soon.